News.mc on Monaco Info is brought to you by Monaco Legend Properties. Bringing you news on Monaco's economy, culture, sports and more. Welcome to News.mc, your English rendezvous on Monaco Info. Coming up on News.mc, discover past week's top stories and meet the people who make Monaco.
My name is Antoine Barry. I am the founder of Carlo app, and you're watching News.mc on Monaco Info.
What's been making headline in the past week? The second edition of the Blue Economy and Finance Forum brought more than 300 investors, business leaders, policymakers and scientists to Monaco on the 28th and 29th of May with a clear objective: accelerating investment in solutions that protect the oceans while generating sustainable economic growth. Key themes included financing the blue economy, decarbonizing maritime transport, marine renewable energy and sustainable food production. Participants examined how public funding, private capital, insurance, philanthropy and investment funds can work together to scale projects capable of delivering both environmental impact and financial returns. Organisers stressed that protecting the ocean can no longer rely solely on public funding and charitable support, making private sector engagement increasingly vital. A major focus was blue food and the role of fisheries, aquaculture and marine resources in feeding a global population expected to approach 10 billion by 2050. The forum also featured innovation showcases, investment pitches and the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between the Prince Albert II Foundation and the International Association of Port Cities. On May the 28th, it was announced that Monegasque technology is set to reach the Moon, after NASA selected Venturi Astrolab as one of 2 suppliers for a crewed lunar rover for the Artemis program. The new vehicle, known as Flip-1, will incorporate wheels and battery systems developed by Venturi Space, marking a major milestone for Monaco's growing space sector. Designed to operate in the Moon's extreme environment, the rover will initially function semi-autonomously before supporting astronauts during future lunar missions. Venturi's technology is central to the project, providing advanced mobility, energy storage and thermal management systems. The first phase of the renovation of Lycée Albert Premier has been completed in time for this year's baccalaureate examinations, which begin on June the 11th. Accelerated works have delivered renovated classrooms, corridors and administration areas equipped with air conditioning, improved ventilation, soundproofing and enhanced thermal insulation. The project forms part of Monaco's BD2M Sustainable Building Programme and includes new windows, solar panels and the removal of the former gas boiler to reduce the building's environmental footprint. The fully renovated lycée is expected to be completed in time for September. A new open-air photography exhibition inaugurated by His Serene Highness Prince Albert II on May the 29th is drawing attention to environmental challenges along the La Voto promenade. Featuring 36 striking images of wildlife, natural landscapes and the impacts of climate change, the exhibition forms part of the Environmental Photography Award organised by the Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation. Designed to raise public awareness of climate, biodiversity and pollution issues, the exhibition uses powerful imagery to encourage action and engagement. The exhibition will remain on display in Monaco until July 30th before beginning an international tour. The European Athletics Championships for small states took place on May the 30th and 31st at Stade Louis II, with Monaco delivering an encouraging performance ahead of hosting the 2027 Games of the Small States of Europe. More than 250 athletes from 17 nations competed across 26 disciplines in what organisers described as a successful test event for next year's multi-sport showcase. Monaco finished with 4 medals, including 2 golds and 2 bronzes. Lai Yu Lue claimed the Principality's first title in the women's 100 metres hurdles, while pole vaulter Jan Wollock added a second gold with a season-best clearance of 5.27 metres despite competing with tendinitis. Earlier, Marie-Charlotte Gasteau secured bronze in the women's 400-metre hurdles and François Ducourant earned bronze in the men's 800-metre. The iconic yacht Twiga, flagship of the Yacht Club de Monaco, arrived in New York on May the 30th, ahead of celebrations marking the 250th anniversary of American independence on July 4th. The historic 1909 sailing vessel will take part in what organizers describe as the largest peacetime naval parade ever held in the United States. Twiga's appearance is particularly significant as it comes less than a year after the yacht was dismasted during a violent storm in the Mediterranean. Following an intensive restoration, the vessel was transported to the United States and is now preparing to represent Monaco. The 50th anniversary celebrations of the Rameauge Agreement began in Genoa on May the 31st with the opening of a traveling exhibition highlighting 5 decades of Mediterranean marine protection. Signed in 1976 at the initiative of Prince Rainier III, the agreement between France, Italy and Monaco protects nearly 23,000 square kilometers of sea. Hosted at Genoa's historic maritime terminal, the exhibition traces key milestones in Rameauge's history. The anniversary program moves to Monaco later this month, with a conference at the Oceanographic Museum of Monaco and a special exhibition attended by His Serene Highness Prince Albert II and representatives of the 3 partner nations. Their Serene Highnesses Prince Albert II and Princess Charlene undertook an official visit to Madrid on June the 1st, marking the 150th anniversary of Monaco's diplomatic representation in Spain, a milestone that highlights the long-standing relationship between the 2 countries. The sovereign was first received by King Felipe VI at the Palace of Zarzuela, where the 2 heads of state held a working meeting followed by a private lunch. Discussions focused on the strong ties between Monaco and Spain, economic cooperation, international affairs, and the importance of multilateralism in addressing global challenges. Marine conservation featured prominently, with both leaders highlighting Spain's commitment to protecting the oceans and its participation in MedFund, the environmental initiative established by Monaco, France, and Tunisia. Later, His Serene Highness Prince Albert II met Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez at the Palace of Moncloa. The meeting covered foreign policy, Monaco's current presidency of the Committee of Ministers of the Council of Europe, and wider geopolitical developments. The visit also celebrated the cultural ties uniting the 2 nations. At Madrid's Royal Botanical Garden, the princely couple inaugurated Monaco and Spain, 5 centuries of shared history, an exhibition tracing centuries of diplomatic and cultural links. The 8th Monaco Artists Forum, exceptionally held in Madrid and featuring 59 artists from the Principality, further showcased contemporary Monegasque creativity and cultural exchange. Both exhibitions remain open until June 13th. On the 2nd and final day of the visit, Their Serene Highnesses Prince Albert II and Princess Charlene visited IE University in Madrid. The visit coincided with the 10th anniversary of the Spanish branch of the Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation, which has developed close links with the university. They also took part in the South Summit, one of Europe's leading entrepreneurship and technology events, where discussions focused on talent, innovation, and sustainable solutions for future challenges. Organizers praised Prince Albert II's long-standing commitment to environmental protection and entrepreneurship. The Automobile Club de Monaco hosted its annual charity evening in support of the Cédric and Christophe Flojac Foundation, continuing a tradition held ahead of the Monaco Grand Prix. The event raised funds to help promising young athletes from Monaco and the surrounding region pursue their sporting ambitions. Created in 2012 in memory of brothers Cédric and Christophe Flojac, both passionate sportsmen, the foundation provides financial and practical support to talented athletes facing the high costs of competition and training. The evening also highlighted inspiring stories from current beneficiaries and celebrated the foundation's ongoing commitment to nurturing the next generation of sporting talent. The Roca team's Betclic Elite semi-final is level at 1-1 after the opening 2 games in Monaco. The Principality side opened the series with a 103-88 victory on Monday, June 1st, pulling away in the final quarter behind 23 points apiece from Matthew Strazel and Jaron Blossomgame despite a depleted squad. But Nanterre hit back in game two, producing a composed away performance to secure a crucial 89-98 victory and steal home court advantage on Wednesday, June 3rd. The visitors disrupted Monaco's offensive flow and held firm down the stretch, sending the best-of-5 series to Nanterre with everything still to play for. Next up, our exclusive interview with the personalities making the Principality.
My name is Antoine Barry. I am the founder of Carlo app. I'm from Syrian origin. Both of my parents are from Syria. My father came to Monaco in the early 80s, late 70s, and I had the chance to grow up in Monaco. I went to the school FANB, where I spent almost 15 years. And then I went abroad, mainly in France, to study pharmacy and engineering, something very different from my actual work. And then finally I did later on in my life, around my 30s, I did an MBA in Barcelona at IESE Business School. I specialized in entrepreneurship and had my first entrepreneurial experience in Barcelona, working in payments for hospitality. A payment app to pay at restaurant. You could see the bill in real time. It was my first entrepreneurial and fintech experience. So actually I was very much influenced by my father. He was mainly a businessman before everything. Here in Monaco he initiated several businesses. The most important one was the watch store that he operated in the Rue Grimaldi for more than 40 years, where I had the chance to work for more than 2 years with my sister. So it was a small family business here in Monaco in retail. It taught us a lot about entrepreneurship and managing a small business. And then later on, I had this experience working after my MBA in a startup in payments. And slowly, after that experience, I just combined those two experiences to create Carlo. So bringing payments and then later on a layer of loyalty to bring back customers to city centers and to use the payments and loyalty as a leverage to help local businesses attract customers, retain them, and differentiate themselves from online businesses. Carlo is a payment app that rewards users for shopping local and contributing to the local economy. Our users download an app, they link a payment method to their app, credit card or Apple Pay, and once they go to their favorite store in town or to our local businesses in Monaco, they will pay with the app by scanning a QR code. And because they contributed to the local economy, they receive 5% cashback. And this cashback is locked in for Monaco, so it can only be spent back in the Principality. Today we've taken Carlo also outside of the Principality. We've expanded our model in other cities where we're also promoting the local businesses and helping merchants answering to this new habits in consumption. So we are present in Aix-en-Provence, we're also present in Bordeaux, and we count more than 1,200 merchants that are part of our network. And in the Principality alone, there are 750 merchants that are part of the Carlo network. I was very lucky to have some merchants that trusted us very early on, but I think what was quite difficult in the early days was to convince our users to use a new payment method, to register their card on an app. In 2019, it was still something that was not in the habits of everyone. What happened is that COVID came in 2020 and it really accelerated the trend of online payments and using your credit card or your bank card on an app or online. Let's say that we did a lot of work in Monaco to bring awareness about using new payment methods. The people that work in Monaco trusted us. They use Carlo as a true payment method, like any other payment method. After 2020 and the COVID and the lockdown, a lot of actors in the Principality, and especially the government, had a really strong willingness into helping the local economy and helping merchants. Carlo had been launched for over a year. We were already in talks with the government because we had the opportunity to win the contest of the Jeune Chambre Économique. So they knew about Carlo, they knew about our network of merchants, which was already quite important for a Principality of just 2 kilometers square. So they came to us to explore a collaboration where they could emit gift cards to be spent in the Principality using our app, and also finance the cashback that is distributed in Monaco with the main objective of incentivizing local consumption and helping merchants. At the end of the day, we need to be confident in the way we will navigate the future, right? So to build strong bases, to build resiliency. The future is of course uncertain, but what we can always do is to navigate, listen, understand, and try to apply. We will probably do some mistakes, but also these mistakes are lessons for us.
That's all for today. Thank you for watching News.mc, your English rendezvous on Monaco Info. Discover the full interview and more stories on our websites, News.mc and MonacoInfo.com. Next week we will receive Ian Cockerill, CEO of Endeavour Mining. This show is intended to provide a summary of the past week's top stories for the English-speaking audience. For daily and real-time news updates in English, please visit News.mc and subscribe to our free daily newsletter. For French news, visit MonacoInfo.com. This show was brought to you by Monaco Legend Properties.